Hello, everyone. Amy from the Wakelet team here. Fantastic to see so many of you on another, or what will be another wonderful Wakelet Community Week session. This session is going to be focused around how you can create a future-ready library. We have three wonderful guests who are going to be sharing all of their tips and tricks to making a student-engaged library. So before I bring them on, just want to say a shout out to a few of you. I have been fortunate enough to be kind of in the background on a lot of these sessions. So it's fantastic to be on screen with you all and kind of involved in the chat as well. But a huge thank you to a number of you, because I've seen you on so many of the sessions. So thank you for being a part of the event. Sharo in the chat there from Texas, Bill there from New Jersey, Saad there from Morocco, Shahad, hi Shahad, Amani there as well. We've got Rachel from Massachusetts. So fantastic to see each and every one of you on these sessions. And yeah, it's going to be a great session. So yeah, we'll get started in just a moment. Before we do, just a quick reminder as well, we do have a competition running throughout the entire week. So if you're sharing all of the wonderful things that you're seeing on these sessions, make sure you post it out with that hashtag. All of the entries, or all the posts, I should say, are an entry into that competition. And there are some awesome prizes up for grabs throughout the week as well. So make sure you get involved. But of course, whilst you're on the session as well, share all of your ideas, your thoughts, your questions in the chat as well. We love to hear from you. It's a great opportunity and a great space to share all of what you're learning in that chat as well. So yeah, we love to hear from you throughout it as well. And just a reminder as well, all of the session details, you can go back and watch everything at the end of the session. It's on the YouTube channel. It's on that profile as well, so you can go back and see more about the speakers and all the resources they've shared. But also, we'll be sharing a link out at the end of the session, so you can get that certificate of attendance and that poster as well that you can collect and share out across social as well. So all of that, if you do, for whatever reason, need to jump off, we hope you don't. But if you do, you can catch up straight away and you can share that out with your communities as well. But that's all from me for now. So we're going to bring on our wonderful guests today. So we have Deb, Amanda, and Christy. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hi. Thanks, everybody, for joining.
Yeah, we've got so many people cheering you on in the chat there. Anyone who you recognize? Any shout outs from you?
Lydia Croup for sure.
Lydia. I saw, I think, Rachel. Where was she? Rachel Lemansky from Massachusetts.
I see James from Cyprus, Texas. So that's a close.
Wow. Morocco, Portugal, Malaysia,
Croatia,
Germany. Love it.
Chelsea Hawkins. Hey. Trainer there.
Yep. Another trainer.
Fantastic. Well, I know they're all eager to hear from you all. So I am going to put it over to you guys.
Great. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I am Deb Zeman. I am going to be a high school librarian in the fall. I'm moving on up out of middle school. I've been an OG Wakelet since wave 1, and I'm also a Wakelet trainer. Amanda.
Hey, everyone. My name is Amanda Hunt, also known as the Next Gen Librarian. I am a middle school librarian, and I was doing that with Deb for a little while, so that was nice. But I am also our secondary lead librarian for our district, and I have been chasing Deb behind for ever since she started Wakelet and showing me how amazing it is. I've been a fan since then, so we're so excited to show you what we know in the library. Christy?
And I'm Christy. I'm a high school librarian, no surprise there, in Oklahoma, and have been with an ambassador with Wakelet since wave 13, so just a little bit behind some here, and also one of the first in the cohort of Wakelet trainers.
Right, same. So let's see. How do we get this up on the screen? I'm sharing. How do we do this? Oh, there we go.
There it comes.
There we go.
So today we're going to be showing a bunch of different resources that we have curated over the years as librarians. The link will be shared, I believe, later on. We're just going to jump right in. So that's us. Let's see. Gotta go to the screen. So there's me. That's connection to my Wakelet profile. That's all the craziness that I am involved with. You can find me on social media at Z_librarian. I love connecting with everyone. And Christy?
And yeah, I've thrown my X handle in here in the chat, but this is my 13th, going into my 14th year as a school librarian. As I mentioned, I'm in Oklahoma after 12 years in Texas, and yeah, I enjoy doing all the things as well.
Yeah, as you can tell.
I'm
And
kind
now
of a
we have the
slacker
queen.
compared to my friends here.
No,
But
no, no, no.
that's why I'm like, we've got 2 rock stars and a
Yeah.
star with 2 R's.
No.
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 We love Christy. Bow down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've shared my profile as well. And then yeah, that's my email signature. We don't need to focus on the badges.
Okay,
Let's
we'll keep going.
Let's just keep going.
So these are some of the ways that we use Wakelet to share with our school communities, with our fellow librarians. We do the if you like, let's see if this really opens. I'm hoping you can see it when I open it. No, I can't get it to open. Oh well. So what it is there are book recommendations that we create in Canva. We all got the idea from Melissa Corey. And of course, Amanda's always done her mood reading board. So it was nice to be able to smash them both together using Canva. Canva's integration into Wakelet is great because you can design it right in Canva and right in Wakelet, or you can upload or you can post your template link, whatever. I'm just trying to figure out how in the world can we get this so they can see it, because it's supposed to be sharing the whole screen. Let's see. Nope, it won't let me do it. Shoot. Oh, bummer. Okay. Amanda.
Yeah. So Amy, did you want to add something about?
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, it might just be a different share option if you did want to switch over.
I did share with everything. I shared that wasn't just a tab. That was weird.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it's a bit temperamental, entire screen tab.
But like we said, we will be sharing out like our entire thing that you will be able to click and open the links that are embedded into Wakelet. But yeah,
here we go.
Did you get it?
I think so. Let's see if this works. Sorry, technical difficulties. Please stand by. Okay.
No, that looks awesome. It's all up now.
Okay, let's see.
And Amy,
there we go.
Yay!
Amy,
Okay.
can you drop the link for the collection into the chat? I'm trying to do it and it's not working.
Sure.
Of course, I will do. No problem.
Got it.
Thank you.
Okay, so back to what we were talking about. So the thing that I really like about with Wakelet is, and I know Christy has done this as a college professor, when the Canvas course closes, they still have access to this link. So I know, Christy, you've done that with your students, right?
Absolutely, because yeah, at the end of the semester, at the end of the year, unless they go in and save the resources that you've added to the course throughout the semester, they're not going to have access to any of it. When you put it into a Wakelet collection, it's there as long as that collection exists. So I have students from 3-4 years ago who can go in and still have access to my Wakelet collections, things that I've put together specifically for them. So it's a really great way. I like to think of Wakelet in some ways as being kind of platform agnostic. So it doesn't rely on Google. It doesn't rely on Microsoft. It doesn't rely on these other third-party places to house it. It's like once it's there, once it's published, unless you unpublish it, it's there.
Right. Yeah, and we have some other examples later in. Here's an example. These are all of Amanda's. You are welcome to go. But again, this is a nice integration with Google.
Yeah, I love just dropping the PDF version of the Canva creations that I make, and it's constantly being updated. I have one ready to go for today. But yeah, that folder's there anytime anyone needs some book recommendations or what are you in the mood for reading.
Right. And then Christy, this is yours.
And so many of our states have reading lists, and so this is our most current list. And it's just an opportunity for me to go in and share all the nominees on there, but also I can provide my review, I can provide my rate, or I can provide summaries and reviews and ratings, and in some instances some nonfiction companions. And so it's great. It's a great piece to be able to share out to my students and teachers, just to give them a heads up with what's out there. And the one here that doesn't have anything under it is because I'm still waiting for it to become available on.
Right.
So everything else I've had a chance to read.
Okay, now we shift to projects. And this is a great way to house everything in one place, one-stop shop for your kids. So I have this from years ago when I taught ELA 11 or ELA 3. It was a mini research project where they can build their project right into Wakelet, and every single thing they need, all the information is housed there. And then, because I don't want them to go willy-nilly out on Google and just search for stuff, I would have another collection, which again, this is a work in progress. I'm still updating it. I've now taken all the topics and I've put it in that column view. So as you see, this is the regular media view where it shows all the different topics for the kids to choose from. And then I included the rubric, but then on this page, it's all the different resources that I, as a librarian, have vetted, or as the English teacher. And so the kids can just take it right from there. There's not any question about it. We could probably take collections from Mackin and put in there, or from Destiny in there. And again, it just lays it all out right there for the kids and what they need. So that's one example of a project. And this is another one that I did. This is a space, which I believe now we're going to be calling workspace groups. I'm still processing everything from yesterday. But what this space is when I was at a different high school, a teacher was teaching English 4, but changed it to graphic novels. So he said to me, I need a place where I can house everything, but I can change it up over the years. Well, I'm not at that school anymore, but he still has access. And every time I go in there to maybe just update it for him, I'll notice new resources that he's put in there. So it was nice that he still has access. This is what he shares with the kids, all the different types of writings. And depending on what graphic novel he's using, that resource is there. And the thing I've always loved about Wakelet is it's a live resource. So when you make a change, they'll automatically see it. The only time is when you make a copy, the original, there you go. But the copy, you're free to change it up. So that's what I loved about having that.
And one thing Deb doesn't mention there is the collaborative impact that Wakelet offers, because she's gone, but in making that former teacher a collaborator on the collection, now he has the ability to go in and to edit. So he can add, he can take away, he can keep that as a real-time resource for his students.
Right. And I didn't want to take his access away just because I'm not there anymore. And he knows where I am. He can reach out to me and be like, hey, can we change this, change that, if he's having a problem on his end, which is nice. So that collaboration is constant, even though I haven't been there in 4 years, 5 years. So.
And of course, technically, he could make a copy of that collection and make it his own and go with that. So you have a whole lot of options when you're collaborating and when you're sharing. Wakelet just opens the door to so many different options.
And Crystal in the chat said she would share it with her library media specialist. This is a great opportunity for you to attend those PLC meetings, those department chair meetings, and show how you can collaborate with teachers. And not necessarily an English teacher, like anyone on your campus, you could use Wakelet as a tool to help get your foot in the door with some of them.
Yeah, definitely. Self-care. This came huge. This was huge during COVID. And I remember when Amy Storer and Diane Wilson started putting all this stuff together, the thing that is great is I made a copy and then I made it my own to fit the kids, my community. So that's what's really nice about this. You can make a copy. And again, because we're all like the copyright, gurus of we've got to give credit where credit is due, it shows what collection originally was copied from. So there's no stealing per se. We're giving credit where credit is due. So I went and I took from what they had and I used it with my kids. And again, there's that integration with YouTube, which I've always loved, where you can either search right in Wakelet to add a YouTube link, or you can just copy and paste. And again, these are just some of the examples. And a lot of this stuff, it was great because schools are either one-to-one laptops or one-to-one iPads. They can still use these resources on the iPad. There's no, well, I can't access this or whatever. So it was another great way. And again, and it's in that columns layout. So I was able to break it out based on the topic. Let's see. Then, okay. This is like
Deb's baby.
My baby. Way back in 2019, Tisha and from Wakelet and I were tasked with creating or helping create the Student Ambassador Program. Again, I've said it for years. When she and I used to do digital citizenship academies, we used to say this, and we're talking way back in 15 and 16. Your resume is your promise. Your portfolio is your proof. And by creating these portfolios, it's showing the world what you can do. I have one. I know Amanda and Christy have one. You may have your own website, but again, it's good to also have this Wakelet digital portfolio. I've included some examples of some of our girls from way back when. And the thing that I always love about the portfolio and Wakelet itself is you watch the progress, you watch the improvement. So Honora, when we first started with her, she was a freshman and sophomore. And what we see in hers is nothing from compared to what it was when she first started. And again, there's that student voice and choice. They get the option to create however they want, lay it out however they want. The thing I always loved with Honora is, I'll show you this one example with that progress. Somebody's typing something in the background. Somebody's mic is.
I was going to tell Christy, can you mute? Because
it's not her. I don't think it's her. So what I loved is she went in and underneath the graphics, she put the dates of everything when she created it. So this is another way to showcase what you can do. And you can see way back when she started how basic it was. But then as she grows up, you can see how she improved. And obviously Canva became her jam. We've included everything you need, how to get started on it, how to sign up. The thing that's great now too is we also have the other two courses. We have the Wakelet certified student, and we have the student program, the ambassador program, and we have the portfolio course. And the best way to introduce the kids to this is start with that student certified, then roll into the student ambassador one. My kids this year, my middle schoolers, were the first in our entire district, actually, I think in all of DFW that I know of, that were the first middle school ambassadors. And one of the things I loved was this template that they created. So they were able to join in, and as they completed each task, they were able to add their graphics. They were able to add their comments. And the thing that's great is they can take this with them too. They're able to take this journal because they still have access to it and take it with them, which is one of the things that I love. So we've included everything there, and we even included the link of where you can sign your kids up and get all the resources you need for this program.
If you're doing like an advisory, or I work with the gifted and talented students at my campus, this is such a great resource. And I love how Deb and Tisha were able to create it all, and you literally just have to give it to the kids, like, and they take it and personalize it and run with it, and then they have something forever. Like, we did this several years ago, and some of our GT kids, they used some of it for their resume or for their application into college. So it has long-lasting effects.
Yeah. And the thing that's great too is if they sign up with their school email, once they graduate, either 8th grade or 12th grade, they can change it to their personal and they can take it all with them. So they don't lose access to it. And anything that they've curated or created goes with them too. So I'm excited. I want to start this, my new high school in the fall. Then we come to educator resources. And these are pretty cool that I love what Christy put together. Do you want to talk about that one?
So there are many things I love about Wakelet, honestly, but one of them is all the possible integrations that you can utilize with it. So I've got a couple of Genially projects in here, and you can see as Deb's scrolling there, it's like this is real embedded projects. So you're not having to click and go to an outside source for it. It's all right there. You can go in and all the interactive pieces are available to click on. So this was a 12 days kind of countdown that I did where I introduced a variety of different resources, made one available each day. And so you can see here, she's just kind of scrolling through, but even within each page, there are going to be different interactive pieces that you can go in, you can click on, you can use to learn more about each of these different items.
Okay, you're going to have to teach me Genially. I don't know anything about it. I would love this because, again, it's a great way to share with your students and staff and get them, look at what I can do, look at what you can do.
Precisely. It's a great tool to demonstrate learning, but it's also a great way to engage your students. Lots of gamification pieces and just lots of those interactive things that you can do.
And the thing that I love is it's embedded and I'm able to click through it. Sorry, Amanda.
No, that's okay. I think it's another great way, exactly, to embed other ed tech tools into Wakelet, and just another example of how well they all kind of speak and work together.
Yeah. What else? Whose is this? Do we want to click on that? Maybe it's mine. I don't even know. Oh, it's Christy's.
Chat GPT, all of the conversations lately and everything.
Yeah, this was just a set of resources that I shared out at the very beginning of the school year when we were starting to have some of those conversations of what's out there. And this is really just kind of a brain dump in some respects. It is a curated brain dump, but it's getting some pieces out there to the teachers with some intentionality, just giving them the resources they need, some of the tools, ways that they can learn to use those tools in their classrooms.
Yeah, I love that. And again, it's that one-stop shop. They can find everything that they need. Let's see, what are other, like the one here, Wrangler Resources. Again, it's just everyday tools that the teachers are using that they can go back to and use it if they forget something. Let's see what else. Just some fun things. I put together all these digital breakouts way back during COVID. Well, it's now still all accessible. If they're good, they're right there. Okay. Even mine, that's mine. My wake out. Let's see, where are we? Okay. High school elf name. That was a fun thing to do at Christmas where they create in either Canva, Adobe, again, another great integration into Wakelet, and they create their own high school elf thing. Oh, speaking of resources, Library in the Loo, Potty PD. Again, we all do it, or hopefully we do. What I did is since I was leaving my campus and the Canvas course wasn't there anymore, I emailed the teachers all the different ones that I have done over the last couple of years, and they're there for them to take, just like what Christy does at the university. It's there. So those are all mine. And again, these are all Canva created. And again, you can even create them in Canva right here. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not it. Sorry. Right here, you can create with Adobe. You can create and pull from OneDrive, and then there's the create with Canva. So that's what I love, all these integrations. What's this fantastic collection here, Christy? You're mute. We lost Christy.
She's on mute. Christy?
She's on mute. Christy, on mute. He's still
Sorry. Yeah.
Try
We
again.
were able to get access to the New York Times. And so rather than sending a really lengthy email with lots of bullet points and such, it's just another interactive image where they can go in, 7 quick bullet points, give little pop-outs, go in and visit some different resources.
I love this. I didn't know it did that. That's awesome. Again, you're gonna have to do a training with Amanda and I. Didn't know it.
Reminds me of ThingLink. I think that one's
Very, very
yeah,
much.
Right. Okay. Then we have professional development, and another great way, when we could use Twitter, pulling in hashtags from conferences. But a couple of years ago, a friend of ours, Q the Librarian, started at TLA the giant collaborative collection of everybody's stuff. So if you missed a session, it's there. And the best thing I found is I would make a copy and then I would put it in there, because sometimes those people leave their districts and everything. And I like to put everything into my personal. I'm not going anywhere. So it's there. So these were all the things from last year. And then I have collections from like ISTE of 2019 and 2020. So I'm able to go back and I'm like, wait a minute. I know Christy and Amanda and I were at this session. I've got to go and see if I can find it. And I can just go back to the notes and it's there. And people don't have that FOMO anymore. They can still get what they missed at the conference, which is what I love. And then Amanda and I were talking about this. You want to talk about the badges?
Okay, we have like 2 minutes. So yeah, we'll go real fast.
That went too fast. Sorry.
Yeah, Deb and I love to badge and earn certifications and ambassadorships through a multitude of ed tech tools. And it also helps us get to know that tool better. So like with Genially, I'm sure we're all going to be going and looking that up one after this so that we can see that we can learn. And then it's just a way to show your campus how knowledgeable you are as another avenue that they can go to, another person they can go to that knows the ed tech stuff.
And I like having those in a collection because when they're in my drive, they're in all different kinds of folders everywhere, and I have to go searching because those don't necessarily belong to me. So this is a really quick, easy way to store.
And then the final thing we'll show quick is the year in review. I created a template. I was like, I use so much stuff throughout the year, and we all get evaluated by our supervisors and our principals. Well, this is a great way. Using the columns feature, I can put in notes. I can put in my stats. I can put in all the different things that I did throughout the year. One, it'll help me if I don't want to repeat something. I can use something from 2 years ago. So I've been doing this for the last couple of years. And again, it's a great way to show off everything that I have done. And I've included the template in there. And then Amanda and I had done something a long time ago called Months of Mods, where we just, everything we did that we can think of, we just threw it into this giant thing, and it's there for people to use. And again, it's another good way to collaborate and share with others.
I would throw in there that keeping that year in review is really great for your program, but also consider keeping a personal piece in there. So not just what you're doing in your library program, but what you have done individually. So when you've done these presentations, when you've gone to conferences, things that you created and shared specifically, those deserve, I think, some special highlight or worth mentioning. And so create those. One other thing to keep in mind, though, is if you are pulling from social media, if there is a private account, whether, we're talking Twitter, Instagram, you're not going to be able to pull those different items. So just know that you are going to be restricted on that.
Right. So yeah, and we have a couple other things in there. Please feel free to go in, take a look. There's tons of things that we want to share. Is there anything else?
We are so we love to share. So I think I put it in the chat, but yeah, all of our resources are in our bios. If you want anything, just let us know. We're all about sharing.
Thank you all so much. And I know everyone will be keen to go through that collection. is beautifully put together, and a lot of love for the Canva bits in there as well, in the chat there. But yeah, thank you all so much for sharing. I know you have so many ideas, so please everyone, yes, go through all of those collections. I know you all are using Wakelet in so many awesome ways, like you say, from collaboration, from your student perspective with the portfolios. Massive shout out to all the work with the student ambassador program. It is still an incredible program that we see students enjoying to this day. So yeah, massive thank you to Deb and everyone who's gotten involved in that as well. But yeah, thank you all so much for sharing, from the book recommendations to the projects. I really love how you make everything so easy for your teachers who either collaborate on or just to use. Like you say, you shouted out the kind of copy collection idea there as well. So, you know, having your teachers or allowing your teachers to just copy that, and you've curated these resources for them, for your students, and they can just pick it up and go, like you say, one-stop shop. So yeah, thank you so much, all of you, for jumping on and joining. Have a look through the chat. I know everyone's walked away with some fantastic ideas there. So yeah, shout out to all of you. Thank you so much. Any final words just before we wrap things up?
If you're new to Wakelet, play. Go slow. Take your time. You don't have to know it all at once. You know, I've said there's the Wakelet 101 and then there's the Wakelet 3000. So just play. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the three of us. We love, like Amanda said, we're all about sharing.
Yeah. And become a Wakelet community member, an ambassador. You know, as you play, you can apply for all those things.
Yeah, there's the Wakelet certification course. It's really quick, but it's a good dive into really getting to know the platform.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. And yes, we put the links in there for the collection, so you can take a look through that. We'll share the certificate link out as well before we jump off. But yeah, once again, Deb, Amanda, Christy, thank you so much for taking the time to share just
and Amy,
some of the ways.
Yes. It's looking like the certificate link is not the right one that you shared out earlier. Okay.
Yeah, I'll double check that and get that in the chat momentarily. But thank you. Yeah, thank you all for joining. And yeah, for now, I'll pop you backstage and yeah, round things up. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much for joining that incredible session. Yes, I will dig out that certificate link. We'll have someone pop that in the chat in just a moment. For now, again, please get involved in all of the sessions coming up throughout the day, throughout the week. We have, speaking of portfolios in this session here, we do have a workshop coming up next where you can find out all about portfolios and how they're being used by lots of different areas as well. So make sure you check that one out. And yes, we'll be sharing all of the resources for this session and all of them afterwards as well. But for now, thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you on another session very soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.